Hello friends, and welcome back to Swift Guitar Lessons for another beginner-friendly song tutorial. In today's session, we're going to be mastering the 1-4-5 progression in the key of A. That's A major, D major, and E major as we tackle Buddy Holly's 1957 classic, Peggy Sue. So this is an awesome song for beginners, just basic chords, very basic eighth note strumming pattern. But as we get into Buddy's rhythm guitar solo, we're really going to be challenging ourselves as rhythm guitar players, some lightning fast 16th note strums there. So I'm going to get started with a full demonstration of the tune. I want you to follow along with my chord sheet and my tab at patreon.com/swiftlessons, where you can now sign up for a yearly membership and a 10% discount on tuition. Now, let's get started. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, if you knew Peggy Sue, then you know why I feel blue about Peggy, my Peggy Sue. Oh, well, I love you, gal, yes, I love you, Peggy Sue. Oh, Peggy Sue, Peggy Sue, oh, how my heart yearns for you. Oh, Peggy, my Peggy Sue. Oh, well, I love you, gal, yes, I love you, Peggy Sue. Oh, Peggy Sue, Peggy Sue, pretty, 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 pretty Peggy Sue. Oh, Peggy, my Peggy Sue. Oh, well, I love you, gal, and I need you, Peggy Sue. Well, I love you, Peggy Sue, with a love so rare and true. Oh, Peggy, my Peggy Sue. Oh, 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 well, I love you, gal, and I want you, Peggy Sue. Hey. Peggy Sue, Peggy Sue, pretty, 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 pretty Peggy Sue. Oh, Peggy, my Peggy Sue. Oh, well, I love you, gal, yes, I need you, Peggy Sue. Well, I love you, Peggy Sue, with a love so rare and true. Oh, Peggy, my Peggy Sue. Oh, 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 well, I love you, gal, and I want you, Peggy Sue. Oh, well, I love you, gal, and I want you, Peggy Sue. Okay, close look at the fretboard, getting started with our intro section. We're in standard tuning, the key of A major. In this section, we're going to learn all the chords that we're going to need for our verse sections as well. So it's going to be an A major chord, a D major chord, and an E major chord. A 1-4-5 progression in the key of A. And for those of you who don't know, those numbers are drawn from the major scale in the key of A. Okay, so the A major chord, there's a few different ways of playing this shape. I'm going to use my middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, my ring finger on the 2nd fret G, and my pinky on the 2nd fret of the B string. Just stacking my fingers, strumming from the A string to the high E string. A major. Next, we need the 4 chord, so consulting my A major scale, what's the 4 chord in the key of A? A, B, C sharp, D. So D, or D major, is the 4 chord in the key of A. I've got the 2nd fret of the G string, 2nd fret of the high E string, and my ring fingers on the 3rd fret of the B string, strumming from the D string down. Alright, and finally we need the 5 chord, again consulting my major scale, A, B, C sharp, D, E. So E is the 5th note of the scale, so E is the 5 chord in the key of A. Open E string, 2nd fret of the A string, 2nd fret of the D string, 1st fret G string with the index finger, open B, open high E. All right, strumming from E to E for an E major chord. Now you have the 1-4-5 progression in the key of A major, D major, and E major. And you can use those chords to play thousands of different songs. Okay, so putting those 3 chords to work now for the intro section. Again, it sounds like this. It's doubled. Okay, so very simple, just alternating between the chords, 2 beats each. A major to D major, back to A major to the E major. Okay, and strumming. Down, up, 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 down, up. Okay, we call those alternating 8th note strums. Now, as you're playing at faster tempos, you might find your fretting hand needing to leave just a little bit early. That'll kind of work as glue between the chords. Down, up, down, jump, down, up, down, jump, down, up, down, jump, down, up, down, jump. At faster tempo. If you can do that, then you're ready to jump into the verse section. Okay, very good everybody. You have the intro section down, so now we're jumping into the verse section. First, a demonstration at a slow tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you knew Peggy Sue, then you know why I feel blue about Peggy. My Peggy Sue. Oh, well, I love you, gal, yes, I love you, Peggy Sue. Okay, so super simple, taking a look at line 1 of verse 1, with those alternating 8th note strums going continuously. We're gonna have a measure of the A major chord, followed by a measure of the D major chord, then a split measure, 2 beats of A, 2 beats of D, and then finally 1 measure or 4 beats of the A major chord to transition to line number 2. So you put that together and we have, if you knew Peggy Sue, then you know why I feel blue about. Now, quick tip, as something extra, you can always throw in an A7 at the end of that progression. So take that last A major chord and split it. A major, A7. Simply by adding an open G string to the chord. See how I lifted up the finger? So that would sound like this. If you knew Peggy Sue, then you know why I feel blue about Peggy. Okay, that gets you to line number 2. We're gonna have 2 measures of the D major chord with those alternating strums. Peggy, my Peggy. All right, then finishing up this line, we're gonna have the A major chord for 2 beats, the D major chord for 2 beats, and then back to the A major chord, holding it out for a full measure. Okay, putting lines 1 and 2 together, we have A, D, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, D, 2, A, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, and A, D, A, 2, 3, 4. Now, line number 3, finishing up this verse, we're gonna have the E major chord for a measure, then the D major chord for a measure, and then we're basically going to reprise the intro. So the E chord, 1 and 2, 3, 4, the D chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, then split measures, the A chord, the D chord, the A chord, the E chord. All right, and then that will set you up for another verse. Okay, so now let's put that entire verse together now, see if you can play along. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you knew Peggy Sue, then you know why I feel blue about Peggy, my Peggy Sue. To the E chord, I love you, gal. Yes, I love you, Peggy. A, D, A, E. Okay, then from there, that's going to be followed by verse number 2, which will be played verbatim, exactly the same as verse number 1. If you can play those, then you're ready to jump into the chorus section. Okay, moving right along now to the chorus section. Here we're going to have basically the same chords, but we are going to throw in a shape that's going to be tricky for some of you, the F major chord. Okay, but there are beginner-friendly alternatives to the barred shape. We can play it with a /C. We can play it as a 4-string chord. And we can even play it as a major 7 chord if you really need something that's easy and beginner-friendly. Okay, so first demonstration, the chorus is going to sound like this. Peggy Sue, Peggy Sue, pretty, 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 pretty Peggy Sue. Oh, Peggy, my Peggy Sue. Oh, well, I love you, gal, and I need you, Peggy Sue. Okay, so that was mostly repetition from the verse, but we're starting off with something different. 2 measures of the A major chord, go into 1 measure of the F chord. Now, if you can bar it, that's going to sound great. Barring all of the 1st fret, grabbing the 3rd frets of the A string and D string with the ring finger and pinky, and your middle finger on the major 3rd of the chord, the 2nd fret of the G string. An F major bar. All right, if that's tricky, then you can remove the bar. Just use the index finger to grab the B string and the high E string, okay, with the little barred shape. Alternatively, we can also just play frets 3 on the D, 2 on the G, and then the 1st frets of the B string and the high E string, ring finger, middle finger, and index finger. All right, or if you're really in a bind, then you can open up the high E string. Okay, but still try to avoid that string with your pick. Okay, whatever way you choose to play it, it's gonna sound like this with the A chord, 2 measures, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and Peggy Sue. Then the F chord, pretty, 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 pretty. All right, so just 1 measure there, then we're back to the A chord for a measure. Peggy Sue, oh. Now, going on to line 2 of the chorus, it's just repetition from the verse. Peggy, 2 measures of the D chord. My Peggy, the A, the D, and the A major chord. Oh, well, I love you, gal, and I need you, Peggy Sue. So none of that is new. Okay, plenty of repetition in this song, making it very beginner-friendly. Okay, excellent work, everybody. You have the intro, you have the verse, and you have the chorus sections down. Now, if you want to stop there, that's everything you need to perform the song, unless you want an added challenge and take on Buddy's kind of rhythm guitar solo where he's just going ham on the chords. So I'm going to demonstrate it for you at a slow tempo, then I'm going to break it down for you measure by measure. So it's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and... Break that down. Okay, so there was a little bit to unpack there. We're going to take this line by line, getting started with line number 1. There, we're going to begin with an A major chord, strumming. Down, up, down, or counting. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Same thing on the D major chord now for measure number 2. down, up, down, up, down. Now, here's where it's going to get a lot of fun, but a little bit more challenging. Fast 16th note strums, going back and forth between A major and D major. Looks and sounds like this. Okay, so that was the A chord, down, up, down, up, down. Then alternating back and forth between D major and A major, down, up, down, 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 down, up, down. So alternating 3 times. Okay, you put that together and we have just the last 2 measures. Okay, and all of line number 1 should sound like this. 1, 2, 3, A, and down, up, down, up, down, D. Okay, now that will get you to line number 2, which is going to look and sound like this. Okay, so that began with the D major chord, kind of lifting the fingers on and off the fretboard while strumming. Down, 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 up, down, down. Now make sure you know exactly where we take those fingers off and just play open string. So listen again. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, down. Okay, from there, measure number 3. A split measure between A major and D major, strumming down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. And then finishing up finally, the last measure of line 2, the A major chord going on and off the fretboard. Okay, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I like to just do downstrokes on that measure. Okay, so all of line number 2 should sound like this. Okay, and from there, line number 3, finishing up this solo, getting started with an E chord. It's going to sound like this at a slower tempo. Okay, so pretty simple. We have the E major chord, alternating strums, but on the 4th beat, we're going to kind of bar our ring finger down from the E chord and find the same notes that you would find inside an A major chord. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... All right, that last upstroke back on the E chord. Then we're going to move to the D major chord, alternating strums, but it's going to stop a little bit early before the end of the measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right, then finishing up, basically reprising the intro. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and just going back and forth between A, D, A, and E with a little bit more emphasis than before on the open strings. All right, and then from there, that'll get you into the next chorus. Okay, let's play through the entire guitar solo now at a nice slow tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, and A. Very good, everybody. From there, you have another chorus played verbatim just like the other chorus, and then finally you'll finish up with the final verse, which is going to be played the exact same way as the previous verses, except we're going to double the last line. So, I love you, Peggy Sue, with a love so rare and true. Oh, Peggy, my Peggy Sue. Well, I love you, gal, and I want you, Peggy Sue. here's how you're gonna finish up the song. Sue. Okay, very, very simple. The A major chord, down, up. The D chord, down, up. And then the A major chord, down, up. Okay, just letting that ring out. Congratulations, everybody. You're ready to perform. All right, friends, thanks so much for checking out this Buddy Holly guitar tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. As always, big thanks to my supporters at patreon.com/swiftlessons. Hope you're enjoying all those extra resources. And thanks to you guys, I got many more lessons coming up, so keep checking in. Please subscribe, please share. This is Rob at Swift Guitar Lessons in Philadelphia, saying happy picking.